Hello everybody, it's your non-binary pal Gracious E.V.A here, and welcome back to another chill speed paint video, first one of the year. Yeah, I decided to post this one this week because the animation I posted last week I thought it would fit. But yeah, this artwork is a very complex anatomy practice. I had this pose in mind and I knew it would be really tough, so I decided to just go ahead and do it. I decided to use Lai, looking a bit tired here in his own room. And yeah, this one was really fun to do. Obviously I used a 3D model at first to get the pose right. Yeah, the anatomy was tricky to sketch, obviously, but what was even trickier, surprisingly, was the hair, because it was at this moment that I realized I've never drawn hair this way, where it's like hanging upside down, and because his hair is short too, it was even trickier. I adjusted quite a bit in the sketch, but I had to adjust it even further in the line art. So yeah, that was actually maybe the trickiest part of this, but I like how it looks in the end. It might not look the most realistic, but I tried. And like I said, I adjusted quite a bit of things in the line art with this sketch. There's not too much of a story going on here other than Lai being very tired and not feeling the best. But yeah, that just happens with him sometimes. It just happens. Like I said, it's got the pose randomly in mind, just someone hanging over the side of the bed, which usually isn't the best thing to do, because then you can get very dizzy afterwards. But I thought it would be a fun thing to practice as far as anatomy. And if the anatomy looks a bit weird here, it was practice. But yeah. After I did the line art and everything, I had a color scheme in mind, but I thought it would have been a bit too dark, a bit too dull. So I decided to actually use some gradient maps to let me decide the colors. What I did is that I put in the values in the background, just the values, and then I just let the gradient maps decide what to do. In the end, I went with a very purplish pink color scheme, and I quite liked how that looked, so much so that I even adjusted the colors of Lai himself to match the background a little bit more before I did the shading. And because of the colors I used, I ended up using very pink and purple colors. Like I said, it ended up being a lot more purple than I had initially thought, but I actually really like that because I used his chill outfit, the outfit he wears when he's just in his house, and that actually has the most purple out of any of his outfits, so I think it works well here. And yeah, I think towards the end I did a little bit more adjusting with the colors just to make sure everything went together well. So this is sort of like a concept of what I would imagine Lai's bedroom to look like a little bit. We have some pillows. I included a heart pillow in there. I tend to do that in bedrooms like this. I don't know why, I just think it looks cute. And I included some random, I guess, like junk lying around. He's very tired today, so I would imagine he wouldn't put in the effort to pick those up. It was really interesting shading those, especially the crumpled up can lying on the floor. I really wanted to try to make that look like a crumpled up can, obviously. And I realized that the upper part, the wall anyway, was looking a little plain, so I decided to add some elements there by using these cool chain brushes that I recently downloaded. I have a lot of chain brushes that I like to download, but yeah, and I used those, and it also included some like chain charms, and one of them was a cross, which was perfect for Lai, so I included those. And yeah, I shaded those to be like metal, yeah, like I said, I had everything in values first before going in with the gradient map. I did the gradient map for the flat colors and did the shading on top of that, just because I'm not the best when it comes to shading in grayscale. Well, I could do it, it's just not as fun, I should say. I don't find it the funnest to shade in grayscale, is what I should have said. And then for the foreground, I do add a little pixel heart sort of frame thing just for fun. And one last thing I forgot to mention is I did do the like doppel ring thing behind his head. I think it's an interesting fact to include here. I know I don't have too much to say about this one. Like I said, it is pretty much just an anatomy practice. Good tip I have for when you're doing anatomy practices like this is always to find reference. I made my own reference with the 3D model that's in Clip Studio. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this one. I will talk to you at the end. thank you so much for watching. I know this one was didn't have a lot of me talking because I didn't have too much to say, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you enjoyed this video, you can be sure to subscribe because I have some more like this. I have some other videos, like I said, for my recap video, other types of videos that I want to do this year, so be sure to stick around for that. And I have my artworks in the description below on my Instagram and Kara and all of that. I will see you in the next video. Bye!